Hey everybody, Chris from McSteed TV here, and I'm in rendering hell. A lot of my shots that I've rendered, which is close to half the first episode of the new factions, have errors in them, and the render times are so large that to go through them and resubmit them all is just going to be a giant pain in the a-hole. I gotta do it. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as release date right now. I've already pushed it back a month. I think I'm going to have to do some other bits of my content in the interim. I have a couple live action shorts that I can finish up and release, and then I have a factions related thing that's not specifically factions, but it is related to it that I can release. So hopefully those will be up in a week or so. I have some material. Yeah, it's one of the joys of 3D is sometimes crap just doesn't work. I have 3 shots, all close-ups of the chief, that just will not render. And it doesn't make sense to me because I have other shots and other shorts of the chief that are close-ups in a very similar fashion that have no trouble rendering. I'm puzzled at the moment. The good news is the other animated short that I'm doing should render pretty damn quickly, which will be a nice change from the hour-and-a-half frames I got going on the other short. V8 after brushing your teeth is just as off-putting as orange juice after brushing your teeth. I got so frustrated last night I just started playing Half-Life 2 forever. And I've played through this whole game before, and I'm actually really surprised how long it takes to get to the parts that I remember about the game that were cool. I think I'm probably 40% of the way through it, and I just now got to where I have the gravity gun and all that business. The stuff that I remember about the game that was so good. Some of the other parts are actually kind of boring, even though I put it on the hardest setting. I am tired. What do you make of that? I don't know. I don't know. I was asking you. Yeah, well, I'm asking you too. I mean, you must have some opinion. Man, get off my case. Anyone here watch Vsauce? It's a YouTube channel with a guy named Michael who gives rambling explanations of random things. Like, what does it look like inside a spherical mirror? And usually he wanders from subject to subject. There's some logic to it, but it always feels kind of weird. Like halfway through you're suddenly watching an episode that's not about the title, but it's entertaining and informative. So I like it like that, you know. I'll put a link down below and you guys can click on it and see if you like it too there. I'm not getting endorsed by this fella or nothing, but you know, there's some relevance, which you will soon learn. I'll link to the episode where he talks about what human tastes like. Veal, apparently. You'll watch it and you'll see. I don't know. Maybe you don't watch it and you won't see. And you'll just have to take my word for it that someone once said that human tastes like veal. I got a word for you today, and it's dickweed. I imagine that all of these things, like where it's just a word crammed onto the end of another bad word, just happen. Like someone said it in the heat of an argument or something like that, and then just somehow they stuck. Dickweed, for instance, you know, maybe it means something. Unfortunately, there's no etymologists figuring out the origins of all these bad words. Maybe there are. Dickweed, of course, was used in Weird Science when Chet steals Wyatt's eggs and he throws a raw egg against the top of the counter or the cupboards and lets it drip down into the pan and says, "Now make yourself some, dickweed." Old Bill Paxton. I saw a movie this weekend called August, Osage County. And it's a pretty fucked up movie, I'll tell you. The rabbit dragged me to it. I thought it was going to be some romance movie, because that's usually what she drags me to. But it wasn't that at all. It was just a family that was mathematically calculated to be the most fucked up family in movie history. Although I don't think it really was the most fucked up. They were sure trying. And that's it for this episode of Commuting with Chris. Okay then. Bye now.